Hey, we're live. Hello, Internet, and welcome to a live stream where I'm going to talk about my thoughts on X Games Ventura, the recap, the post X Games live stream. We're here just going to chit chat a little bit, talking about things, and I figured I would do it at a time where it was close to when my video for today would normally go live, but this will be the video for today. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to Knobster and Kevin Zuba who are here in the chat. I recognize it's 2 p.m. Eastern on a Monday, so I don't expect anybody to show up, but we're here. We're going to do it. Shout out to X Games for another successful event, and I think it overall was definitely successful. There was some hiccups and speed bumps here and there, but for the most part, it was definitely an amazing event. So let's just go ahead and click on Ventura 2024 and take a look at the results and talk about things as we go through them. And then I can also bring up some videos to show things as well. So we have all results here. Let's start. Well, apparently we're going to start on dirt. Now, I wanted to start on the order that they did things in, but it appears that we're just going to go in the order that they give us. What's up? Stony, Old Fat Guy BMX, Kevin Jackson's in here with the membership. Joey Coates in the chat. So, BMX Dirt was the last event that happened at X Games, and it was yesterday. We had Brady Baker. Hold up. It was not the last event. Dirt Best Trick was the last event. Dirt happened previously than that, but we had Mike Varga taking third, Brandon Lupos taking second, and Brady Baker taking first. Can we easily find the Dirt top 3 runs? We can. Well, check that out. So here we have, this is Brady Baker.
Top qualifier here again. It gets
so this is just going to be a recap. You know, cash roll, whip to table,
360 triple whip
was
this
that
time.
Double whip, flip, double whip,
He's looking good.
and 720 bar catch bar.
He landed
It's crazy.
Clean.
Was that first? That was first, right? Because that was his first run.
Like top 360.
Going through the replays, oh, this gives you a better view. So I guess this is just what we're going to take a look at first.
Three right there. He upped it from yesterday.
Go back a little bit.
We're making the same.
Get to the replay.
That was insane. But look at, it's like we're looking in a mirror.
Cash
oh my
roll,
goodness.
tail
that
whip
was insane.
to
But look at this
tabletop.
cash roll. They're doing the
Boom.
tabletop. Oh, it was
Busting
so
it
clean.
out.
But what he
Good
did on this
camera
one is
work
where he
from the
mixed things
zoomed-in
up. You see,
camera
he
there.
does the 360. 1, 2,
Three
there's
triple
3
whip.
right there. He upped it from yesterday.
So I missed that part.
And he was able to get enough transition and
I'm
continue
curious
on
how
to
you
get
guys
the,
felt about
double
X
tail
Games.
backflip.
There's
And then
also
right
a
there,
Q&A over
720
here.
bar spin to
So
bar spin. He
if
did
you
a
have any
single bar spin in
answers
qualifying.
to the question, go ahead and leave
What is
those.
this going to be?
It's going to be
I will
big.
get to that in a
100-point scale that
second.
we're
So
working
Brady
with.
Baker, his first run,
94.33.
won
Your
that
Domingo
contest.
Pedals
How
is
crazy
picking up
is
where he
that?
left off last year.
Now, let's watch second.
Was an
I'm
eight
assuming
last
no.
year
Let's go straight to
yet
third. So this is in the
So
order
he
that
will
it
overtake the
kind of
top spot.
happened more than
Now,
anything.
Scotty, his best outing was
So we got Mike Varga.
86.66.
He's
He got
got the tricks
third.
for it. I know he's got still some in
Double
the bag.
backflip.
That double flip is so dialed
Coming
for
in
him.
with the
720
720
no-hander.
tuck,
The speed looks good.
and then a
Cash
cash
roll.
roll,
He's got it this
followed
time.
by the 720 double
double
whip. That was
tail whip.
crazy.
What?
So far, I would agree with the results.
That trick.
So there's Varga. I felt
You
like
know,
that was a
two
pretty
tail-
good view. We don't need a replay on that.
Two
There was some
tricks
controversy
off the
here
venue.
saying
It's a
Brandon
silver
Lupos
and
got
one of those
robbed at
medals
first,
being
though.
gold
So
from
let's
X
see if
Games
we agree with
Minneapolis.
that watching it later.
Backflip triple whip.
Was
Come on.
that 2 or 3? We couldn't
The
tell with
silver
the score
and one
in
of
the
those medals
background.
being gold from X Games Minneapolis.
Flip 1, 2.
Backflip
I can't
triple
tell.
whip.
The scores
Come on, he's
being
gonna
there
pump
makes it
through.
hard.
720.
Then just a
He's got
straight
this.
720.
Cash roll.
Then a cash roll
This is huge.
and the Aussie roll.
Whoa!
The
my
backflip,
goodness, he just
double
hit the
backflip
double
360.
360.
That was insane.
Oh my.
Can we get a replay on the first
Competition
jump?
was going to be crazy.
Okay, so it's going to give us a replay on the odds.
I knew this competition was going to be crazy, but I did not expect that.
Backflip.
Look at, he lands on his cash roll. I
360.
knew he needed something. I did not.
Crazy.
The double flip needed something big.
I think that was the cash roll, though. That
Needed
wasn't
something big, but what was it going to be?
There we go.
The double flip 360.
God, that's insane.
That's
What a
the,
wild trick. So that got him into second, with Varga in third, Brady in first. I gotta say, based on watching it again, I agree with that. I feel like Dirt was fair because Brady is doing tricks on every single jump where he's doing multiple things at once. Had Brandon Lupos done anything in that 720, it probably would have been arguable that it should have won. And the score was really close. 93.66 was like not even a full point away from taking the win on that. I agree with that. So that is BMX Dirt. Now we go to BMX Dirt Best Trick. So this happened yesterday. This is the last event of X Games, and my goodness, did it not disappoint. It felt like it was about to be a little disappointing at first because the first two riders seemingly took themselves out on their first attempts. Gabby Chavez literally did a double flip and looped out, and it looked like he wanted more, but then he looped out. It's hard to tell what he was actually trying, if he was going for the double flip and just over rotated or what, but he looped out, went straight to his butt and his back. He was out. He didn't take another run. Then the next person who went, I think it might have been, I can't even remember. Whoever it was seemingly took themselves out too. And it was like, man, what is happening here? We'll just go to the full contest. So skip past all this. All right, so we've got, I'm not going to show his crash. I just want to see. So he crashed. He was definitely out. Daniel Sandoval, was it him blowing up his bike or something at the end? Yeah, like he was going for a trick and
Run, and then he rode him.
bailed out on the
Set,
bike
360s.
right
The
here.
momentum
Boom,
going.
and then just let the bike go. He
Quick
seemed
bail.
like he might be in
And,
pain. Oh
yeah,
my gosh, you could see his wheel or
Sounds
tire
like he will give
explode.
it 100%.
The air
That is for sure.
explosion come out
So it
of
looks
it.
like he's going to be setting up for a trick that is on the last set, doing 360s. Get the momentum going. Ooh,
Bike just goes crazy. Watch the bike. Right here.
quick bail.
Boom. Tire explodes.
And yeah,
So he had to get his bike fixed, and he didn't take his next run, assuming his bike wasn't fixed. It just was not going well at the very beginning. But then things just started to get wild. Let's find the best tricks. Do they not have it up? They might not have that one up yet. Dirt full contest. BMX street podiums. Man, it looks like they don't have that one up yet. All right, so we'll just have to talk about it. So if we can find them, that would be good, but I don't know if we're going to be able to find
going.
the tricks. So
As
there's
of
Brady
right now,
Baker. He didn't pull it at that point.
The bike.
Ryan
and he's just
Williams
like, yep, here we go. This is for
still trying his tricks.
Jay
J2E
Too sure what he's gonna
next
send.
here. Is this when he pulled it?
Nothing from.
Oh,
flip
flip
down.
Crazy. It's in shorts. Oh, okay. Good call. Good call, Ryan Horan. Perfect. There we go. This is going to make it a bit easier. All right, so here's J2E's
Nothing from.
third
flip
place
down.
best trick. We just watched it.
It's
But he does the
insane, but
front
look at-
bike flip,
Getting that
catches,
whip around,
no
and then
kick,
not
tail
even
whip.
kicking the
He
tail. I want to
did
take
miss his back foot a little bit,
nothing
so I'm
from.
assuming
flip
that
down.
dinged him a
It's
bit.
insane, but look at.
So that was
getting that
bronze for
flip
BMX,
around, and then
BMX
not
Dirt
even-
Best Trick. Then Brady Baker got silver,
Here
and
we
he does a
go.
cash roll tail
Cash roll
whip
whip
to
to
tuck no
tuck no
handle.
hander, and he lands
totally crazy with the fist pump.
Another attempt. He's gonna be the
Casual
only one
whip
in
to
the
no-hander.
rotation.
It
I know
wasn't
the
fully
riders wanna see it.
extended,
Let's
but
get
it was
him
good
up
enough
there.
to get him second place,
Here we
which
go.
I think I would agree
Casual
with
whip to top
because
no-hander,
Jay
and he
Tui
lands
has
it
done
clean that
the front
time.
bike flip to
Another
tail whip
attempt.
in
He's gonna be the
previous
only one in the
contests,
rotation.
and
I
I
know the
think
riders
placed
wanna
or
see
even
it.
maybe
Let's get
won
him up there.
before with that. So
Here we go.
I think Brady's
whip to
trick
top no-hander,
that
and he
presumably
lands it
nobody's ever
clean
done
that
in
time.
contests
Another
before
attempt. He's gonna
makes
be the only
sense
one
to
in the
place him
rotation. I
there.
know the riders want to see it.
But then Ryan Williams, I feel like I want to play it if we could find it, because Ryan Williams not only landed his trick once, but then did it again. Is this it? No, because he's taking runs at that point. Ryan Williams landed his trick and then right here. All right, so this is the replays on it. We'll play the trick itself.
Freddie Baker, J2 with your 1, 2, 3.
Oh wait, this is his run.
360 for the crowd.
Guys, you gotta play both, hopefully. He did a run afterwards, and it was really funny because in Spencer's Forsman's live stream, he's like, why didn't you do this in the dirt contest, dumbass? It was so funny. Because he's right. I mean, if he could do the Aussie roll on lock like that and can do all of this, he might have won. And he does the front tuck.
Ryan Williams, Brady Baker, J2 with your 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, they didn't even show his actual best trick, so
so.
oops. All right. Getting interviewed here.
Ryan Williams.
So Ryan
Daniel
Williams
So with only
right here. I hope this is the first one. If it's the second, whatever. He does a look back Aussie roll.
Yes,
Catches it
absolutely
perfectly.
perfect that time.
So that was the second
Oh my
one that he did.
goodness. The dirt
And it
riders
was
are
really
gonna be
funny. I
happy
hope we
now.
can find it.
Wow.
It was really, really funny to see what he said before he tried it again.
No argument
He's
against
a
that.
never-ending soundbite of awesomeness.
Just a
But
couple
look,
more
it's
angles on
perfect.
this one before we
The
find the
rotation was
first
there.
one. He landed
The
it
look back
so
was there.
perfectly.
I want you to look
Look
at
at this
this.
look back, and he
Handlebar
held the
being
look back for a
collected.
while
Oh,
too.
that was amazing.
He didn't just hit it, let it out real quick. I know it was in slow-mo, but still. That was crazy. So that was 19 minutes flat. Let's see if we can find Ryan's first one that he landed. He did land it. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we
We
go.
talked about him
Right
at the top
here.
of the show.
So he
Heard Andy
landed
Butler
it
talking
at
about
first
the video
time.
that he looked at on
And
his phone in the athlete
he
lounge.
slipped
I
his
have
foot a
no
little
idea
bit,
what
but his
Ryan
foot
Williams
never
is about to bring
touched.
to this party.
Here we go.
Boom, look back, Aussie roll. Oh, his foot came off. Gotta love the class for not throwing the bike after landing a trick like that. He could have just sent his bike
We should
and
get Andy
freaked
to talk
out,
to him.
but he didn't,
We
and
need to
it
get
was
Andy to talk
awesome.
to him. That would be amazing.
So let's see the second angle on
Andy
this
wasn't
where you
waiting
can
for
see
us
that
to
he
throw
missed
it to
his
him. He's gonna
foot.
grab him and talk to him whether we like it or not.
To talk to him.
Boom.
But look at he
Look back
squeezed
might
that
not have
look
been as
back
clicked
in
on the
there.
first one either.
Came around.
Foot just
So his
blows
foot
off.
flipped off,
Not even
but
that
it
he
did
missed
not
it
hit
or
the
that anything
ground.
weird happened like that.
It
His
was
foot just
collecting
blew off
everything.
from
The
an
foot never
impact.
touched dirt.
He still had
I
the
know it
wherewithal
wasn't
to be in the
absolutely
air,
perfect,
not
but
throw his
wow.
bike, and just slide down the
And then he
next
just lawn
landing.
dart.
So he lands that, goes into first, and then comes back right here. Where do we find it? Right here. So let's turn the...
J2, he's still over there talking to seven in the
More
field.
tweak on that. The dirt riders won't be happy.
Need
Daniel
more
Sandoval's
tweak on
bike.
that.
J2, he's still
The
over
dirt
there
riders
talking
won't
to
be
X Games
happy.
Medical as well. So with only seven in the
More
field,
tweak on that. The dirt riders won't be happy. Got to make the dirt riders happy. BMX tricks, baby.
How hilarious is that? Absolutely well-deserved winner. I love that. BMX Dirt Best Trick was incredible this year. And absolutely fair. I would agree with that as well. So next we've got BMX Park on the Sonic Park course. We had Jose Torres in third, Kevin Peraza in second, and Marcus Christopher in first. Hometown hero Marcus Christopher taking the dub. Shout out to Nick Bruce in fifth, also hometown hero. So this should make it easier to see and find the the winning runs here. So here we go. I love this. Makes everything so much easier. So here's Jose Torres' run.
Could be the
for
trifecta out here. Your
third.
defending gold medalist
Double whipping
to
that
take
hip,
us out. This is
coming
Jose
in,
Torres
nice
from
big air,
Argentina.
but it was a
And now it
blank
comes
air.
down to this one. This is
720 bar the
everything
box,
right now.
lands
This is what we
perfectly.
need to
That
watch
was
to
great.
see if he's going to be
Then
able to
the
upset this
flare
podium.
downy
And so far,
on the
he's
quarter,
looking
coming
really
in
solid,
hot,
Jimmy.
doing a double
Compared
whip.
to his other two runs,
Then he
he
does
looks smoother.
3
and he
down
looks
whip
faster.
over
So
that
this
lip
is
to
a
lip
very
box
good
with
sign for him
another
to
dead
be able
air.
to
Does the
get
little
himself
pocket up onto a
another
platform
medal.
to drop in and do a bar to
Beautiful
tuck,
no-hander.
followed by a
360
3 tuck
as well
super
over
nose
that
dive
double
in on
sided
that one
transition
with
box
another
jump.
dead air.
We're coming towards the
And a
end of the
flip
run.
double whip over the
Lands that one
box.
clean.
Does the pocket air,
He's gonna
coming
need
in
something
hot,
big here
pedaling
to
cross,
put
pumping
the
the volcano
exclamation point
area,
at the end. What's
opposite
it gonna
dead
be?
air,
The
to up to manual on this
on?
platform to bar spin and
Nice.
straight
Could be the
into
trifecta
a
out here.
bronze
Your
medal. That was a really good run. Really, really good run.
Street
Then
gold medalist
we've got
last
Kevin
night for
Peraza
the
in
second
second.
year in a
Nice
row.
table transfer coming in with the
Kevin
super
Peraza,
seat Indian
his run
air.
was looking amazing
Air
up to
out,
that point
truck
where he
to
messed
table
up
or
that
inward,
crazy
in
180
down,
over the
whatever
box.
that was crazy.
Expecting him to
3
try to
double
get
down whip,
redemption in this
clean
run on
over
that
the
trick. That is
box.
such a Kevin Peraza
He's
trick
just
as
got
well.
power, wall
Really
ride
how he did that,
over that
wall ride on there, but he
platform,
actually left
hand
from the
can air
pocket,
over
which
the
is very,
channel,
very unique to see.
360, little tabletop, kind of a blank air, then the flare whip,
Gets that one again.
another kind of blank air, couldn't really do much, one-handed table transfer, that was really good, pocket air, you can forgive the dead-ish air on the pocket air because he's doing a pocket, then a flare to fakie over the box backwards, 180 half cab whip at the end, messing up, but it was after time, and that got him the silver medal.
Up to that point
What
where
was
he messed up. His run was looking
Truck
amazing.
to like in
His
down,
run was looking
undown type
amazing
deal.
up to that
Just
point where-
totally different tricks than anybody else in here. And that's what got him silver. But there was no stopping Marcus Christopher here. He came in and in his first run would have won the contest, but then came out in his second run and just blew it off the top, blew the roof off, and completely landed everything perfect. When you see this run, there's no dead space, nothing that could have been improved unless it was taken to a whole nother level, and that's why he got like a 95.
Also makes sense. Marcus is on
Flip bar to
one of
tail
the bigger
whip,
riders on the BMX scene.
flying full speed, flare double down whip, crazy tuck transfer. Then he does a backflip over the lip to lip, big tuck air,
Does he not know his score
backflip bar
already?
to tuck over the lip to lip the other way, layer bar spin, 360 bar to look back. Does a nice big look back air before hitting the box and doing a 360 backflip. Then the double down whip air. Huge flare look back or flare turn down.
With all these tricks. That's
Bar
one thing to do the
transfer
tricks, but
into
to
that
bring the
quarter,
speed,
and then
to
a
bring
big
these
look
lines,
back at the end. So the only thing you could kind of ding Marcus for was the repeated look back air at the end, but it was at 1 second, I'm pretty sure. It was the very, very end of the run, and everything else was undeniable. He had so much amplitude in that run, went so fast and so high, doing tricks that nobody else was doing. So amazing. Only complaint about Marcus is his pedaling between the ramps. That would make sense if this was labeled a bowl contest, but this is BMX Park and he needed the speed to do the tricks that he was doing. I would totally agree with that if we were talking about like Vans Pro Cup and it was between first and second being a rider who did everything but pedaled in it and a rider who did everything but didn't pedal in it, or a rider who maybe their tricks were like half a notch down but they didn't pedal at all and it's a bowl contest. Well, then you might edge out the rider who pedaled a bunch. But in this, no way. Best trick, or not best trick, BMX Park, amazing. Marcus absolutely killed it. This gives him so much momentum going into the Olympics exactly 30 days from today that I cannot wait to see what happens. I looked it up today. The Olympics is happening July 31st. It is a Wednesday. Let's just double check. Yes, July 31st on a Wednesday. And the women's class, I believe, is happening at like 1:10 p.m. Eastern time. And the men's class is going down at 2:45 p.m. Eastern time. So it's midday on a Wednesday. If you can sneak away at work and watch it, you probably should. And I cannot wait to watch that. But let's move on. That was BMX Park, the run version. And Marcus absolutely deserved that. Kevin's run, I feel, was over Jose's. And I'm not just saying this to say it, like, I definitely would agree. You know, Kevin only had one place where there's really like a deadish air, where Jose had like 3 of them at that point. I would like to see Brandon Lupos run again to see where that might have stacked up against Jose, but that would require a lot of work. So we're going to keep moving. Next, we got women's BMX Park. Kim Muller from Germany. I'm pretty sure it was Germany. Let's double check. Oh, we can't click on her name right now. That's lame. We can click on the other ones. Well, anyways, Kim got 3rd. Paris got 2nd, and Hannah Roberts got 1st. There was a lot of dispute on who placed where for women's BMX Park. And without going in a total deep dive, it's going to be a little hard to evaluate that. But let's go ahead and pull up the runs here. These shorts make this so easy. I love this.
Take our second look.
So here's Kim's run.
Germany's Kim Mueller.
Kim does 360 tire grab, can over the box.
That was a big trick. She
air
just
out
upped
on
it
the
from
quarter,
run number 1 right there. She
and
did the
then
tire grab can. That
can
trick is
air,
no joke. She made it
and
look
a
so
whip
good
air.
too.
So we got the foot plant on the Sonic sub
She now
wall,
finds herself in a bronze medal position.
carving around, going fast.
Look at the speed coming
Doing,
over.
So there was a dead air over the
I've been
box.
seeing Kim do so many 3 whips.
270
really hoping that she
transfer
pulls them
into
out
that
this weekend.
quarter.
The wind is
top
so
there,
scary
with
though.
a bar
But
spin
yeah,
air
it's
after
X
that.
Games though. I wouldn't doubt it if she does it. I
What
mean,
do
she
we got?
does
What do
it
we
so
got? What do we
clean
got?
though when I've seen her do it on her Instagram.
Bar spin
Look at all
air
the
at
tricks
the
she did.
end. That was a pretty good. What? Z needs his camera. Yeah. Unfortunately, Jeff Z's camera got stolen. I thought you were saying he did get it back. So that was Kim's run for 3rd.
Flowy
Then we've
style.
got-
She likes to go big.
This says Hannah Roberts, but this is definitely Paris. It's a lot of work to post all of this stuff, so I understand when there's some mistakes here, but this is definitely Paris Benegas.
What she can
on her
do here on the
silver
Sonic Park
winning.
course.
Oh, okay. I'm kidding. That was not the caption. That was YouTube being a little hard to understand. So that is the linked video to this one. The caption is correct. That's my fault. All right, let's start this
Let's see
over.
what she can do here on the Sonic style.
We've
She
got
likes
Paris
to go big.
dropping in
Let's
on
see
the
what she
hip.
can do here on the Sonic Park course.
Nice T-bog air, jumping the box
jumping the box
backwards, landing
backwards.
clean.
And that's scary in the wind
Tabletop
right there
air,
too.
also
Oh,
landing
yeah.
clean. Huge
that was a really nice
transfer.
transfer.
Off
Look at that
that
transfer. It followed
hip,
up
tabletop
back-to-back
into
transfer
the
lines there.
quarter.
Good
Wall
height,
riding
good flow.
on the
You know,
Sonic
doing a
sub
wall ride
wall.
on that Sonic sign is
jumping
not
that
easy
hip,
because the Sonic
onto the
actually
top,
sticks
doing a
out.
little
It's
nice,
not completely
sweet,
flat. So
tweaked
Yeah, that's a
style tape
nerve-wracking
with the
thing. You want your
one-handed
tires to be
air,
pressed up
T-balls
against the
over
wall,
the
and when the
box
letters are
jump.
sticking out like that, the
Pocket
judges
air,
are
which
definitely
is
taking note of
awesome
that.
to see.
But look at the speed she's bringing around. I mean,
Then a
Angie,
tire
you've known her
grab
forever
air,
at this point. You've been riding with her
and I
over the
think that's
years.
about
Like,
it, right?
every skate park she shows up to, she rides
Yeah,
like this.
that
doesn't
ended up being
She's so-
it for that. So then we've got Hannah Roberts in gold.
5-time world champion known for
Undeniable.
big flares and bar
Just
spin. This is Hannah
crazy.
Roberts.
Oh,
Big truck driver over the
straight
box.
off the rip right
Unfortunately,
there.
hanging up a little bit.
So
Nice
the 360
tuck air.
combinations, Hannah
And
is
then
no
with the
stranger
flare.
to. Look at the flare
Quarter
as
after
well.
that.
I mean, she's been doing flares for years, Angie, and she's
We've
just
got
getting
another
so good at it, and
360
she's
over the
landing with
box.
so much speed. Look at the speed she's
X up
carrying.
air.
Say the opposite carve that she did
Jumping
out of that
that
coming
hip.
around that shallow end. I mean,
With a
just
tail whip air
flying out of there.
afterwards,
Nice
followed
whip
by
on
a
the pool
table
coat and
over
a
the
big
hip
quarter pipe right there. She
opposite,
did
I
it a
believe.
couple feet out of it
Bar
as well, which
spin
is really
air
scary.
again.
I think I filmed one of her first
Then
flares
X
back
up
in
air.
2014. at Toronto
jumping
Jam.
that
Oh,
hip
wow.
It's
again,
amazing to see
going
how
to the
far she's
top,
come with them.
going for
No
the
doubt
tuck
about
in,
it.
didn't get it, but
What a
still
good run
took
to handle.
gold. All right, so let's, for the sake, wait, that's an image. That was weird. For the sake of just looking at things, let's see if we can find the runs that people felt like should have done better. I know people talked about Natalia DM, so let's see if we can find her run here. Let's see how it stacks up. Where's it at? Women's BMX Park. I'm gonna bring this back up to the shorts. Here we go. So this is an hour long.
Pretty amazing. Yeah.
Coffee. There's
She's in
Nina.
full control.
Shout out to Nina. Oh, they did say
Right there.
that Teresa might have gotten
Secure.
robbed as well. Here's
This is a
Nikita.
rider that can. No one.
Let's see. We're gonna play a couple of
But I was
runs
saying, like
here.
someone in her position, she is literally on the bubble. You know, this is history books as well. Who quarter pipe?
All right, there's Teresa.
That was
So
the-
she was going super high. I remember
Women's
that.
BMX Park at the X Games
What
on
do we
the
got?
Sonic Park course. This is Teresa Fernandez Miranda.
Big turn down over that lip-to-lip
That was a little
box.
while from our
Big
angle. Me
T-bog
and Angie just
air.
looked at each other with
Nice
some
big
crazy
tuck no
eyes.
hander. That was
It looked like she
huge
kind of like
tuck.
went
Look, she
front
might
and
have
down,
hung up
but
a little
she
bit.
caught
T-bog
transition
air
really
after
good.
that.
Boost on
Carving
that
around the
transfer.
bull corner.
Wow.
Carving around the bull
I mean,
corner
Teresa,
again.
she
Get
goes
speed for
very
that
high,
box.
And she is not scared to
T-bog over
land
the
front
box.
into transitions like
Nice
that. But
table
that one,
air.
it
Ooh,
looked
landing a
crazy
little bit
from this,
low.
But full, like,
Not
she
bad
had
though.
control, though. She
Still
did have
keeping
control.
momentum going,
Nothing against
keeping it
her
going
riding at
here.
all. It's just, it was
X up
surprising
over
to
the
see from this
hip.
angle. Looking at
Can
on that big
air.
quarter pipe, that is a huge.
And then dying out in
maybe
the
11
last
foot.
couple seconds
Full
here with
quarter
a
pipe
dead
is
air
so
and having
steep
to
at the
pedal
top.
over the box and
Angie, like, when
drop
you
in
see quarter
backwards.
pipes like that with
So
full
I
quarter
would
pipe, it
assume
was my
that
favorite
is
to ride. How do
why
you feel
she
about it?
didn't place higher. Absolutely awesome run before that, but as soon as it got to the last 10 seconds there, it kind of died off. But if the momentum was kept, I think that would have been placed much higher. So LS said Natalia from Australia should have been third at least. Well, we're going to find out about that as soon as I can find her. Where are we at here? All right, right here. So here we go.
Dean
Let's see what we've got.
sitting in that sixth place
Dropping
spot. Her
in.
best outing here today, a 77
Big T-bog
flat.
transfer. Tabletop air, holding the table for a second. Tire grab over the hip. Dead air. Keep in mind, got to remember that one. T-bog air. Then a tuck air.
No-hander air as well.
Getting some variety
Yeah,
there.
her air tricks.
Big flare. The only other person
Not
I think did a
expecting
flare
her to
was
flare
Hannah,
here.
right?
That was
This
perfect too.
T-bog
this
over the
run,
box.
she's really
Got
turning it up compared to
scary
the first one.
sketchy.
That's what you got to
Oh
do
my
when you're on the
goodness.
outside of the
Then a
podium.
whip air.
You
That
need
was
to
a
take
good
risks,
whip
but
air.
so
We got
far,
7
you're
seconds
taking
left.
all.
Can she do anything else? I don't remember.
Natalia is such
Dead
a good
air.
rider.
So
She's
the
had so much of a
last
struggle with her knee.
7-ish
She's had
seconds
so
were
many
kind of like
surgeries
a
and
dead
too
air
many.
in that space. So now let's immediately come over and watch Kim's run.
was in the top.
And this is
Take our
splitting
second look at
hairs. These
Kim
judges have
Mueller.
to do this on a
She was
no
in the top.
notice. So 360
Oh, that
tire
was a
grab.
big trick.
Can
She just upped it from
There's a
run
dead
number
air
one right
there.
there. She did the tire grab
Can
That trick
air.
is no joke. She made it look so
Whip
good
air.
too.
Let's see, before
Pedaling
that,
hard, doing the
before
foot
that happened,
plant
I
on the
was gonna say, she was
Sonic
in the top
wall.
spot. She now finds herself in a bronze medal position.
Then
speed coming
a
over.
dead air over the box. So
You know, I've been seeing
this
Kim
is
do
a
so
tough
many,
one.
3 whips, and I'm
270
really hoping that
up
she
onto
pulls
the
them
top
out this weekend.
quarter.
In the wind, it's so scary
Bar
though.
spin
But
air.
yeah, it's X
Coming
Games though. I
hard.
wouldn't doubt it if she sent
Carving.
it. I mean, she does it so
And
clean
what
though
was the
when I've
next
seen her do
trick?
it on her Instagram.
A bar spin
You know, the
air.
trick-
So I think she kind of tapered off there at the end of her run. Does that? I think so. They're just giving more weight leaned towards someone finishing their run out more than they're taking away for a dead air in the middle of the run, like just jumping the box jump or just doing an air out. It seems that not being able to do anything else from the last 7 seconds on of your run, which when you break it down, you have a 45-second run. You know, that's a fifth almost of the run. They almost forget how big the little stylish tricks are instead of the dead air. Judges want to see something. Yeah, you have to do something. But that's just the things. Like, you're in a situation, you're jumping it and you take off weird, and if you do anything, it's going to mess you up. Well, then that happens sometimes. So I think it's tough, and I could see how someone could make the argument for Natalia placing better, but I would say because those last few seconds, same with Teresa, the last few seconds of her run just kind of tapered off there. That might be why they gave it to Kim over that. So that would be my take on that. Let's move on from women's BMX park. Keep talking about, what do we have left? We have BMX street and then park best trick. I think that's it, because these seem to be grouped by category. So park best trick. We see Daniel Sandoval, Mike Varga, and Kevin Peraza. Sandoval third, Varga second, Kevin Peraza first. This one also had some drama and some controversy behind it, and we're going to talk about it. So let's find it here and bring up the shorts. Let's see, where's it at? Here we go. Daniel Sandoval bronze, Mike Vargas silver, Kevin Peraza gold. So here is Daniel Sandoval's trick.
Go.
Flare whip, catch whip. That is so insane. Whipping, catching it.
I'm gonna kick another
Both feet definitely touched the frame or the bike at one point. So he's catches it with his right foot. Then his left foot, I mean, it definitely is there. 100%. Both of them hit at some point. Then he throws another whip. Let's check the upside down factor. I mean, that's pretty upside down right there in itself. Let's watch the next angle here. Boom. I mean, that's pretty upside down. I would say at this point, there's definitely flare, whip, catch, whip. You can't really argue about 540 or anything like that. Absolutely is what it was. Next, let's see Mike Varga. Mike Varga does a flare whip 540. So he's pretty upside down as well. I feel like, does that pass the upside down test, everybody? I feel like it should. Flare whip 540. And this is the most clear flare 540 I feel like you could see, because he does the flare whip, catches, and then boom, spins a 540. Makes it easy to understand in that case. So that is second. I think that's pretty nuts too. Like, totally crazy. Then we have Kevin Peraza, flare whip to fakie over the box backwards. First try. He's kinda upside down. Kinda. Still feels like it's more dipped or sideways.
He did the flare yesterday in his run. Look at, he squeezed.
See, like he's kind of sideways here. But the bike, wait, where's my controls? But the bike,
He squeezed in the tail.
I mean, you could say the bike's kind of upside down. Does look like a cork, but he is upside down. See, yeah, it's like debatable. There isn't a yes, it's this, or 100% this. It's debatable.
Watch how he comes around looking for his landing. He's got his feet on there.
In this case, though, he lands it very, very smoothly.
Feel the vibe now.
Very
He did the
clean.
flare yesterday in his run.
Turns
Look
that
at, he
fakie
squeezed
around.
in the tail whip.
And it was great.
Does he get it? And he lands it.
So it's a hard one to judge, but my personal point of view on this Kevin's trick is amazing, but we've seen him do flare whip to fakie many times in best trick contests, and if that's what wins the best trick contest, well, maybe that's just what wins the best trick contest until something better comes along. Okay. But at the same time, I feel like these are two tricks that we really haven't seen before. That's not a flare in my opinion. You could definitely argue that it's not, and you could be valid in that. So understandable where you're coming from with that. But I just genuinely feel like Kevin's trick should have gotten second or third, to be totally honest. And I feel like in terms of the cleanliness of these tricks, I feel like Sandoval's was very clean. Vargas was very clean as well. I think, I don't know, it might be a hot take, but it seems like there's a lot of people that agree. I feel like maybe Sandoval and Mike should have been in 1 or 2, and Kevin should have been in third. Is there a conspiracy? Is there bias towards Kevin? I don't want to say that. I don't want to make that claim at all. I just feel like in this instance, it could have gone all these ways. Like, there's definitely people who would argue Kevin wins, no hands down, no argument, and people could make that argument. But people definitely can also make the argument that Mike or Daniel should have got first or second. And for me, it's personally just that we've seen the flare whip to fakie over stuff a lot. And we haven't really seen these other tricks, and they were landed really, really well. So to place something that was also done well, but we've seen a lot of over top of two tricks that were landed very well as well that we haven't seen, I feel like that doesn't make sense. Clip audio is drowning you out, mate.
That's insane.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that was playing. My bad. Everything's muted again. Thank you for saying something. I had no idea that was playing audio. My fault. Alright, I think I've said this enough. I don't need to go over it again. That was BMX Park best trick. Catches it up. He just did a flare tail whip. The left audio tab is still playing. I'm glad you guys said something. How long did that happen for? Oops. What's next? BMX Street. Of course, this is the last one that we talk about because this is the one that has the most controversy without a doubt. So let's see what they posted for shorts. Let's see what they put into these. That definitely seems to be everything. Okay, well then let's go to the videos and see if they posted a runs type thing. Where is it? BMX Street podium runs. So let's see what comes there. Galaxy BMX Street top 3 runs. So the same video got posted twice is what it is. And it's crazy how, I guess it's not crazy, it does make sense. 10K, 2.5K. So, we have Lewis Mills taking the bronze. Actually, let's first talk about how this worked and then see how they did it. So the way BMX Street was organized, if you somehow haven't seen or heard about it by now, was that there were 2 different sections to it. Each of these sections were worth 50 points of your total score with a possibility up to 100. And the first section was a run section where each rider got 2 runs on the street course and their run was scored out of 50. The better of those 2 runs, that score was taken and added to the total. Then we had the best trick side of it where the riders were supposed to get 12 minutes at doing best tricks on 2 different obstacles. There was a green rail and a Volkswagen van that they were riding on, and that's the obstacle they were on. And they got 12 minutes for each rider to get a chance to try a best trick, and then those tricks were judged out of 50 points. So your first point total from the run was added to the point total from your best trick to get your total score. So we had Jordan Godwin taking silver.
5 spots.
That's not the one I want. I'm reading the wrong thing because it's the first thing that's there. Lewis Mills gets bronze. And what are they playing here? So this is his run.
Sending
That
that ice across that
insane
40
ice pick
foot.
grind over that rainbow rail that was
Everything is just fast. The way he
insanely
rides, like a
far.
horseman to ice pick, hop
Bar
over,
to ice grind
nice
over,
switch-
then a
switch
tooth hanger to
across the
fake
Jersey
you
barrier.
with flat
Yeah,
almost
really good
on the
speed
Jersey
that,
barrier, double
Lewis is
peg
bringing.
grind the quarter, Smith up
Smith
nose
nose
bar,
bar, tail
up
whip back
to a
down.
tail whip over the A-frame, half cab,
Oh, that was so sick.
180
He just did that 180
to
and
full cab over the
that
chain to fakie. And he comes in at the end and does an over
Over
pegs
switch pegs
180. Is that over
surviving
opposite
that
pegs
half cab right
180?
there. That was
Followed by manual to 180
Manual
down that
180,
wedge.
36.66.
That ends up being the end? Or is
so
that
this
a
is a
replay?
very technical trick.
Whip
I mean,
up
going
to-
on at ice.
Oh,
5
that was
spots.
his best trick.
0.6.
Okay, so they did edit them together. So we saw his best trick there.
36.66.
So
Ice
this is a
grind
very
up to
technical
whip.
trick. I mean, going
Pretty
on
dang
at ice-
good. So that was third place. Now we see
Session.
second place, Jordan Godwin.
Is the other half
Here's
of the
his
score.
run.
We'll dive into that
Crank
a little
arm
bit
to
deeper on,
over.
but right now we started
Going
off
fast.
with Jordan Godwin.
Doing a little air out
Yeah,
to
Jordan
keep the
Godwin
speed
is
up.
such an amazing
Tooth
rider.
to
Look at
drop
that.
something to
To
360
hangover
that we
to
couldn't fully
crank slide
see.
To 360 out.
Then a nollie to
He's known
tooth
to, like,
hanger,
BMX to be such a
down whip
technical
over the
rider.
pyramid
Like,
hip,
all his street
pegs,
parts, I suggest
hard
all you go on
360,
YouTube, type in his name
then a
and see
180
what you come up
crook
with,
180
because
on the
he puts
rainbow
so
rail
much
at the
into
end
every
of it
single one
there.
his parts, and I'm so glad he's here at X Games being able
Unlucky
to
to
show us what it's
180
like.
out on the ledge, which is crazy.
So you'll get two 45-second
Followed by a
runs to
pole
start
jam
this off.
180
It's
up
better
the
of your
chain,
two runs
pole
that will
jam
count. That will be
thingy.
one half of your score.
And
Jordan just has to hang on for a couple
a
more seconds here.
Tooth hanger, hang on,
Look at that
pedal
energy
grind,
for that one, too,
180
so
at
that
the
Godwin's
end.
going to start us off here. You're
With
currently
up
in the
rail. Oh, that was his best trick. Man,
Godwin's
it made
gonna
it
start-
look like it wasn't. So his best trick was a crook up to 360, or how would you classify that? 360 ice bonk?
Godwin's
So you
gonna
could do
start
crook
us off
up,
here. You're
180
currently
ice 180 if you
in the
wanted to be technical or complicated. But that was second place. Then we've got Kevin Peraza in gold
This is
with
Tucson,
this.
Arizona's Kevin Peraza.
Kevin's got his
So he does,
wife
hold
and
on,
baby on
somebody
Arizona's
texted
Kevin
me, I missed
Peraza.
it.
Kevin's
Bar
got his
up, transfer into that
wife and baby
wedge,
on the course,
270
right on the
down
deck
lip
right there.
over the
So it's
pyramid
pretty cool
hip,
that they're here to witness
over
it.
tooth hanger
Kevin is
grind or
such
tooth
a
grind,
good rider.
180 onto the wedge,
Watch the
cab
speed,
whip
watch
the
the
hip of
flow,
the
how
pyramid,
fast he
tooth
goes through
hanger,
this course.
the
Watch the smile on his
ledge,
face, 'cause that would be there the whole
270
time,
ing
too.
that
There's that
hip
as well.
with a
Always
pegs
having the
up
best time out
hard
there.
spin 360, I believe, with a
You know,
flare
this is
on the
like
quarter.
Exactly what we expect from
Whip
Kevin, right? You know,
off
he
the
has
Jersey
just
barrier,
the ability
switching
to
up his
incorporate
pedal a
so
little
many
bit.
different lines
Foot
and
came
so
off.
much speed and, like, I love
Smith
how he
nose
puts that plan
bar,
in front.
360 back tire jammy on the rainbow
The
rail,
hits just keep coming.
turning
He's
around
literally
on the
tricking off at
wedge,
everything that he possibly
and
can.
doing a 180 whip,
Yes, and
turning it around.
Oh my goodness. Look at this.
So then his best
He's
tricks.
got that nose
they
to
didn't
180
show.
across the beat.
This is Tucson, Arizona's Kevin
Oh.
Peraza.
So he didn't show what his best trick was. His best trick was at the end here. He did, come on, let me pause it. On this, he did a double peg grind on this rail to a 180 down whip to fakie.
He's got that nose.
Crazy. So that's what won. And when you watch those isolated like that, it kind of is understandable. But when we watched it in person, it was tough. So let's see what we get here when we get the full runs and see what happens. Because this is going to be easier to watch.
Started off with Jordan Godwin.
Yeah, Jordan Godwin is such an amazing rider. Look at that. To the hangover to crank slide to 360 out. Yeah, he's known in like BMX to be such a technical rider. Like all his street parts, I suggest all of you to go on YouTube, type in his name, and see what you come up with because he puts so much into every single one of his parts. And I'm so glad he's here at X Games, being able to show us what it's like live.
So you'll get two 45-second runs to start this off. It's the better of your two runs that will count. That will be one half of your score. Jordan just has to hang on for a couple more seconds here.
Wow. Look at that. He's
There
using
we
his
go.
feet for that one,
They
too.
show
So
his
that was
best trick.
hanger on the left side and then arm.
Showing replays.
Like I said, left foot forward, 60.
Do they show the best trick here?
As time unfolds here,
No.
portion of things. So we'll see
Let me
as
just-
time unfolds here how many attempts they're going to get
Didn't
at
even
it.
happen. So they just skipped straight to Lewis Mills' rail to whip.
Lewis Mills, switch ice
That
to
was
tail
weird.
whip. Perfect. I loved it. You get the best riders to show. Perfect.
So we're not going to show his run at all?
That rail, I know.
What is more
Yeah, then we just go to Kevin Peraza
So good.
here and show his pegs to down whip to fakie off of it.
You can see
And that was it.
putting a huge
So we saw Jordan Godwin's run. The way that was just edited kind of made it feel like it was one or the other that counted and made you win or lose. So where the controversy comes in here is that before this happened, let's see if we can find the full contest. Street full contest. It was only 36 minutes long. So before the best trick part of things, it was Jordan Godwin in first, Garrett Reynolds in second, and Devin Smiley in third for the runs. Yeah, the editing is crazy there because you don't even really get context for what actually happened. So those were the top three going into the best trick part of things.
on one side of the rail.
Now let's see what happens when we get to the
Fairgrounds.
run or the best trick part.
A huge score.
They're not even going to show it. No way. They edited out the best trick part. I guess they just know that it went bad. It's kind of that simple.
The other half of your score, but as of right now, it is Jordan Godwin, the first rider in when we return here to
Wow, that's pretty crazy. They really took it out. Yeah, they just cut off the second half. So basically what happened was that in the best trick side of things, they had 12 minutes and they were supposed to just have attempts at best tricks in that 12 minutes. But what went down is that the first rider went, and then it was a whole entire minute of that 12 minutes before the next rider could go. And then the next rider went, didn't land their trick, and they played the replay 2 different times. And then the rider got a 0 because they didn't land their trick. And 2 minutes of the 12 had already gone by, in addition to the first minute already. So 3 minutes total have gone by, and the first 2 riders went. So obviously they know, and they're going to change things up more than likely in the future. But it was just a bummer the way that it worked out, especially for like Garrett, who was sitting in second, and had he had more attempts at a best trick, could have won and beat Shaun White's medal record. So it's a bummer. Best trick is on our BMX. It's fine. I can just explain what happened. I appreciate that though, Christopher. So in the end, each rider only got 2 attempts at a best trick. And I think there's a lot of people talking about the way that it could have went down. Obviously they know and are going to change things up. Ideally, if it were possible, it could just be street as a contest with runs and an appropriate amount of runs, maybe 2, 3, 4 even, for the riders to get their runs in and see who wins. And then best trick street for BMX would be a separate thing where they at least get 5 or 6 attempts. When you watch, like, women's vert best trick, they got like 6 attempts each at their trick. And any of the other ones, they got multiple attempts. And instead of just waiting on the judging, they went. They just went. There were no scores. It was just this person's in first, this person's in second, this person's in third. We're running through the order so people get as many attempts as they possibly can. I think something just happened where confusion was there, or something didn't get put, whatever, because of the format of it. And now they know moving forward. But if they do all the jams ran like that, they didn't flow at all. I thought they went well. I thought things went well whenever people are just kind of getting in there, and yeah, there might be a replay or whatever, one replay of something if it's landed, but then the next rider or skater or whatever gets in. But if they continue with this split up, multiple different points format of things, they minimally should give the riders 5 attempts, or time for 5 attempts. Maybe not even call it timed, because it feels like all of these timed best tricks end up being a certain amount of attempts anyways. So you could just say they're going to get that many, or it doesn't sound as good to say, oh, they're getting 6 attempts at a best trick. Either way, X Games knows. I don't think we need to harp on it anymore. It's a bummer that it worked the way that it did, but there's another chance. X Games Chiba's going down right here, September 20th through 22nd in Japan. I haven't seen details yet. Additional details to be announced soon. So let's hope that Garrett is going to win gold there. They changed the format for best trick street, or street in general, for BMX. But with that being said, everything else that we talked about surrounding X Games with riding wise was great. And I feel like the audio issues that were there and the production issues that were there, you can't fully put on X Games, because it's the audio or the production truck that's out there who's doing the switching, who's in charge of the audio. And what I would say is that it's probably a case where they are hyper focused on the live TV portion of things, because most of the issues that happened when TV was on a commercial. They would cut to commercial for TV, and then the people at the table or whoever's talking, their mic would be turned off, or there'd be no audio for them for a minute. And that is when the people at the truck are probably catching their breath and just getting ready to get back on it again while there's a commercial playing. So I'm assuming that's what happened with that. But other than that, there was the table talk thing. A lot of people didn't like the stream and how there was those people at the table talking for so long about just trying to pass time, really. And I think they know that. There's no way they don't know that. And they probably are going to work on that moving forward too. The amount of effort that they have put in already to get to this point is immense. X Games this year was amazing. And those little things that we're complaining about are little things. And to bring X Games this far from where it just was a couple years ago, where people kind of just didn't even care to watch it, is awesome. It seems like at the venue, they care about the people who were there and watching. They brought back live music. So they had Wiz Khalifa and MGK there performing. There were some audio issues there as well. It was a little bit crazy with that. But once again, I don't know that ultimately it gets put down on to X Games because they're running the event. But I think this is all stuff that will be fixed moving forward, or they just know now and they can improve on it and keep getting better. The X Games League is coming, I think 2026. Yeah, Street was way too short. It was a bummer. Casey Starling, who knows what happened with that, because he posted an invite very shortly before X Games happened, and it seemed like he was going to be there and competing, and then we didn't see him competing. I also saw that Nate McAllister posted in his story that he was going to end up in Dirt Best Trick, but then was told 2 minutes before that he wasn't on the actual list or something like that, so he couldn't go. I'm not sure. Things like that are going to happen when you have people who are getting hurt and end up out of the event, or things moving around. It's all in motion. There's so many things to keep track of and be in charge of for it. But ultimately, I think, all things considered, it was awesome. If they do better with BMX Street, they iron out these audio issues with production, and then figure out some more fun stuff to do with the Table Talk people, that's really it. So hopefully that's all they really have to do, and Chiba irons those details out, and we have an amazing X Games, and they keep getting better. It was the first year for women's BMX getting a medaled event, and it seemed like it went awesome. People seem stoked. I am excited to take a look and see. This is the last thing we'll do. So this was all posted within the last day or two. Let's take a look at view counts to see how YouTube is pushing these things and how people are actually watching them. So keep tabs on what's getting the most views, guys. So women's skate park elimination, 8,000. Women's skateboard street elimination, 10,000. Men's park elimination for skateboard, 27,000. Skateboard street elimination, 77,000. Shoot, that's a lot. Dirt elimination for BMX got 46,000 views. So that's the second highest of these eliminations. The full competition for men's skateboard vert has half as many views as the dirt elimination. Pretty crazy there. Women's BMX park full competition, 7.4 thousand views. BMX street full competition has 51,000 views. So just a little bit more than dirt elimination and a little bit less than street elimination for skateboarding. Best whip for Moto X is 66,000 views. 3.6K for women's BMX park best 3 runs. BMX street top 3 runs, 9.6 thousand. Best whip for Moto X top 3 runs, 11,000. So it's good to see that BMX street is keeping up with Moto X best whip, because motocross is a immensely bigger thing than freestyle BMX. There's no getting around it. It just is. So then we've got women's skateboard street full competition, 11,000 views. So women's BMX park got 7,500 views so far versus 11,000. I'm not sure why everyone is acting like bikes are not selling and people are not riding, because they are, and it's growing. Bikes are absolutely not selling. There's no getting around that. People aren't just acting like it. They really aren't. BMX is alive and well, but people are not buying complete bikes. So then we've got skateboard park full competition, 21,000 views. Interesting. Then we got skateboard park top 3 runs, 6,500. So it's interesting to see that's less. Skateboard street best trick full competition, 66,000 views. Monster Energy street best trick 3 runs, 8.6. Vert top 3, 4,000. Skateboard street for women's, 5,000. BMX dirt top 3 runs, 11,000. BMX dirt full competition, 30,000 almost. Vert best trick for women's full competition, 5,000 views. So that has, well, it's a good thing that your local bike shop can't keep bikes in stock, because that's good for companies. But in general right now, BMX companies are having a hard time selling complete bikes. Let's see. So women's BMX park has about twice as many views as the, where was that at? Women's vert best trick. Pacifico women's skateboard vert best trick top 3 runs 3,000. Skateboard street women's top 3 4,000. Vert best trick 19. BMX park full contest 60,000 views almost. That's cool. 56,000 to be specific. Moto X best trick, clearly the top of the pack in attention. Almost 100,000 views. Park or BMX park top 3 runs 8.6. Vert best trick 7.3. What else we got? Skateboard street men's full competition 50,000. BMX park best trick top 3 runs 5.4. Women's skateboard vert full competition 2.8 thousand. So if they're going to go based on views just on YouTube at this point, women's BMX park has done well. Anyone knows how X Games never really covered street best trick? Well, they're not going to. Samsung Galaxy Moto X quarter pipe high air 50,000. Skate Street men's top 3 runs 5,000. Women's skateboard vert top 3 runs 2.3 thousand. Moto X high air top 3 runs 6.4, and dirt best trick full competition 30,000. So clearly Moto X is on top in terms of views with, what was close? Skateboard street elimination for men got the most views other than that. That's interesting. I don't have time to go through all these shorts. Is there any that have completely blown up yet? Nothing yet. One got 15,000 views. Yeah, nothing's totally blown up yet from what I can see. All right, let's get to the Q&A. I forgot it was there. There was only 2 people. There we go. The street best trick was sick. That was Kevin Jackson's best part of X Games. Would you like to see a women's street in the future? I think women's street would be cool. I think it's going to fully depend on how well this BMX park was recepted for women's BMX park to see what they do moving forward. But either way, X Games was awesome. And if we take a look at my little tool here that shows views, very clearly their views are going insane on YouTube. Come on, bring it back. I want to get the most recent data here. Yeah, so I mean, they spiked from 150,000 in a day to 1 million, and it's just going to keep going up as these videos blow up. So with that being said, I thought X Games was awesome. I'm excited to see what happens moving forward, and they're going to iron out those details of things that we didn't fully like. And I think the judging blunders that happened in other people's eyes are things that you could argue towards and against, but there's also a couple that are just things that people aren't going to be happy with, but that's just the nature of it. Judging is hard to do. When you are in the moment and you've got people like, hey, let's get on it. Got to get this score out as fast as humanly possible so the next person can go. We're human. Mistakes are going to happen, and we have to understand that. When you're at work, you make mistakes sometimes. These guys are at work. They're making mistakes sometimes. So it's going to happen, and we're going to let them know about it because that's how people act. But either way, I think the overall picture of it was that it was awesome. This has been an hour and 5 minutes of a recap, so I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed X Games. Go to xgames.com, hit their YouTube channel, subscribe to it, and maybe next year I'll be able to co-stream it using their streamer application thingy, or maybe I'll even be there. That would be amazing. I would love to be at X Games and have something to do with it. Some type of videos. filming videos with athletes after the contest, doing interviews, whatever it might be. We'll see. Either way, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see ya